Hi, this is Analytics, and welcome to another lesson. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts or questions in the comments. Let's get started. In this lesson, we're going to pick from where we left off in the last lesson. And in the last lesson, we discussed conditional columns, adding conditional columns. We are working in the Add Column tab, so everything we've been doing over the last videos was about adding calculated columns in Power Query. And now we are going to use the resource that, in my opinion, is the best for creating columns, which is the custom column feature. And this will allow us to create any kind of calculated column we want. And of course, it has a lot more resources than the column from example button and the conditional column button, because now we are totally in control. And I will change the column selection for my current example. And let's change the selection by clicking in the remove other columns step. Just clicking the little gear icon will give me the opportunity to change the column selection. And now I want the unit price back. Okay, and look, I'm going to hide this little panel on the left hand side because I need more space to work. And what I want now, I want to calculate the calculated column. I want to add a calculated column with the sales amount. And look, we have, well, actually, I don't need the sales key column for this example, so I will just remove it. Okay, now we have more space. And what I want here, I want to calculate the sales amount. And if you have been following us over the last few lessons, you understand what this data in this table is about. And what I have to do to calculate the sales amount, I have to calculate the sales quantity minus the return quantity. Of course, if I sold 10 units of a product and 7 were returned, so actually my net quantity of sold items is going to be 3. So my sales amount will be 3 multiplied by the unit price, which in this example, in row 9, the unit price is 269. So actually my sales amount here would be 10 minus 7 multiplied by 269. But there are some rows in which all of the sold units were returned. So for example, in row 12, I sold 20 units and all 20 were returned. And I not only want, in this example, I not only want to calculate the sales amount, but I also want to identify which sales had all of the products returned. So to do this, we have seen in the previous lessons that using the column from examples button, this is very limited, and using conditional column, this is a useful feature, but it won't let us create custom calculations. So let's use the custom column button. I'll just click OK. And now this little window will give me space for writing a name formula. I don't want you to worry too much about writing formulas at this point. I'm going to explain the formula I'm going to use, but the scope of this lesson is to show you the features Power Query offers you. And we are learning how to use the custom column resource in Power Query. But obviously, as I said before, this, in my opinion, is the best way, and that will give you the most control to create custom columns. But this is more complicated because you have to work with formulas here. But at some point, you will have to start learning them formulas, but not in this lesson. We are going to talk about it in the advanced course. But I'm going to use a very simple formula here, and it's easy to understand. I'm going to call this column, I'm going to call it sales amount. And the evaluation I'm going to run here is the following. If it's an if statement, just like in the conditional column button, only here I can create calculations, not only comparisons. And in the conditional column button, you can create your own calculations. So I'm going to compare if the sales quantity, each value, I'm telling Power Query, hey Power Query, read each row in the sales quantity column and compare it with the same rows in the return quantity column. And if they are the same, if they are equal, then return me the following note: total return. And as we saw in previous lessons, when you are writing text, you need to wrap it between quotation marks, okay? It's called a string. So if the values in the sales quantity column are the same as in the return quantity column, then return me this message, return total. If not, so you will use else return me the following calculation. I want the sales quantity minus the return quantity, and I want to multiply it by the unit price. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm comparing each row, each value in each row between the sales quantity column and the return quantity column. If they are equal, it means all of the sold items were returned. So give me this note, total return. If that wasn't what happened, then I will need a calculation, which is the difference between the sales quantity and the return quantity multiplied by the unit price. And I will click OK. And there you go. This is just what I needed. And of course, now I have a column that is kind of weird, right? Because you have numbers and text in the same column, and that's going to be a problem, because if I want to use these numbers for any kind of calculation, if I try to change the data type to, for example, decimal number, I will get errors because the text cannot be changed into numbers. So now I can create a new custom column, and in this new custom column, I'm gonna call it, well, I called this first one sales amount. So let me change it. I'm going to call it, instead of sales amount, I'm going to call it evaluation. Okay. And now I'm going to create a new custom column. And this custom column is the one I'm going to call sales amount. And again, I have an if statement. So if the return quantity, well, actually, if it's not right, if the evaluation column, all values in the evaluation column, if they are equal to total return, total return, if they're equal to total return, then return me no values, else return me the same values that are in the evaluation column. What I'm telling Power Query is, okay, Power Query, search through each row in the evaluation column. If in each row there is a total return node, then in the new column, return a null. For every other value that is not total return, which in this case are the numbers, so in the new column, return the same numbers that are in this evaluation column. And then when I click OK, you will see that in the rows for which I had numbers, now the same numbers were returned in the new column. And for the ones in which I had text, I have no values in the new column. And now I can create a new custom column. And this one, I'm going to call it identifier. And now I want the opposite. If in the evaluation column, it is equal to total return, then give me what is in the evaluation column, which is total return. Else, give me no values. So what I'm doing here is exactly the opposite. Okay. And now pretty much what I did, I only separated from this evaluation column what was text and what was numbers. What was numbers came to this column. What was text came to this new column. And now I can change this data type into decimal number, no errors, and this one as text and no errors. Okay, so there's a lot you can do using custom columns in Power Query. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, leave your comments or questions below, and see you in the next lesson.